G'day and welcome to Inforunners. This is going to be our Pisces Buyer's Guide. I'm joined by Batgirl and Algared. How you guys doing? It's going to be a long day. This is our second show of the day. We're going to live stream to after this, but we're going to get it out there. So, yeah, I wanted to go over the medical Pisces, so I'm just going to kick it straight off in the game, and we'll have a talk about it. So, I've got one of the skins on it. This is the one I happen to like. I know that this is a very polarizing skin, actually, because Batgirl, you hate it, yeah? This skin?
Not a fan. I mean, I just did the throw up thing, but it's okay.
Yep.
You've got to zoom in X and show why, you probably like this one.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
What?
It's from Oz.
Okay.
Look, it's from Australia.
Okay.
Yeah.
It knows where it's from.
Yeah, that's it. So, I think value-wise, as in monetary value, if we just get straight to the punch, I can't get behind this because it literally costs a third more than the normal Pisces. But from a bunker missions and in-game right now perspective, this ship is excellent. So if you're happy to pay that little extra for now, it's a great little ship for now.
Yeah.
I think the price of this ship, and Algared and I were talking about it, is probably justified because one emergency beacon, you're going to make up a lot of the UEC.
True.
I mean, you're going to get 15K, and you potentially are going to get a big tip, maybe even bigger because now you have a medical bed.
Yep.
Yeah, it is that hard thing. You can understand. It kind of fits into that same reasoning Ben gave for before the Genesis being that $400 price tag, because you're going to make money off the back.
Right.
But when you compare it to the C8X, that $20 price hike is huge, and when you compare it to the standard C8, which is kind of like your Aurora ES, that's a massive price hike, and I find that hard.
So one of the things we're seeing here is obviously the components now. We did not have components in the original Pisces, so we're going to see how that's kind of loaded out. There's some kind of airlock filtration system here that's not on the other one. I went and checked. So it's different. It's actually got a lower clearance, if that's even possible, than the standard Pisces. Obviously, we got the airlock here. I think that's really cool, unique, and different. It allows you to get in and out of the ship. Obviously, almost want this on the normal Pisces, believe it or not. Like, that's actually a real big strength, this door. It's not a weakness to me.
Probably turns that area into that decontamination area that's on the Carrick.
Yeah, 100% with the ventilation and stuff like that. I'm looking for the little sprayer things. It could be those there, but I'm not too sure. So yeah, you got patient storage. I'm not going to access it though, but you can. You literally can access it. So you got patient storage, and you've obviously got crew storage, which does the same thing, which is kind of cool. So two separate divided cargo areas. The real little sweet spot that we found about this though is this thing. So these actually will respawn when you reclaim the vehicle. So not only do you get some med pens and food and stuff, you get 2 of every type of drug, as you can see back there on that one. Which is
that suddenly makes this well worth the extra money.
Yep. You also get search and rescue beacons as well. So this extra $20. So I'm saying for now, or as in game now, this is a really strong ship, like for the moment, right? So if you can get over the extra $20, this is a great little value ship for in-game right now. Obviously, you get your digital assistant. So once someone's in the bed, right now it looks just like a console, but this will obviously be customized in the future. So you can't access anything until someone gets in. This does nothing because you can't regenerate in it because it's a tier 3 bed. You got 1 seat there for your nurse or doctor. Yeah,
Your emergency responder.
This shows me though that you could literally have a bed in the normal one. So if they ended up having something like just a cot or something that you can lie in the normal one, that would be sick. If you can customize it to do that.
And we talked about that when we talked about the Pisces ones. Now, if you can envision this, what does the true exploration version of the Pisces look like? The one that's supposed to go through and map smaller jump holes.
With the scanner system that they took.
Idea.
Yeah, the scanner system they had back in the day. So yeah, I can fully envision still having, look, 2 cargo and a seat here with the scanner. Like I can see all that.
And where the medical terminal is, that's your scanner station for your
really?
Well.
Oh, so, the original one was like a desk Algared. I don't know if you remember.
Yeah, but if you've got a bed and you've got 2 cargo, that becomes your in your exploration version. You just replace that terminal with your scanner terminal. It doesn't seem that big a.
I'd prefer it to be like, well, considering this is a whole hard variant, I think it would be an upgrade to the normal Pisces, so you'd still retain your 2 seats, personally. But that's just me. So see how this is all built, integrated into the actual ship? I think it would be more like just a desk. I think that's why I think this is a variant. It's not designed to work with the Carrick as much. Yes, you can visit in a Carrick, but then it makes it a full-on medical Carrick, not a not a. Well, they literally say in the video for one of the Pisces stuff that it's got a customizable interior. So that kind of implies. Well, time will tell. I don't know what the marketing team are doing at the moment. It's a bit all over.
A couple of things that I think this really has in its favour is the 2, as you pointed out, the 2 storage areas, the patient storage and the player storage, which makes it really easy to do that equipment swap. So that's one plus. And the other thing that that little fridge seems to say to me is our medical supplies are going to have a time life, a shelf life, because you've got to refrigerate them. So down the track, I can see horrible things happening to our medical supplies if we don't keep them stored properly.
One thing I am noticing about these skins is, and it's not everybody, but it tends to be that if the ambulance looks like it's an ambulance that somewhat looks like in your country, you seem to prefer a certain skin over the other. So I'm wondering if that is actually a real thing. One of the things we have found, though, is most of the skins have just red and white lights, but I will show you the Concierge skin in a minute. That actually has red and blue. So there is a bigger difference.
Can you turn the siren on?
I don't think there's a siren. If there is, that's new to me. I didn't know about there being a siren.
It's not like the blue or the red versions of the Cutlass, then.
Could you turn sirens on the Cutlass? I didn't know there was. I knew there was lights. I didn't know there was a siren.
Well, we're probably talking about the same thing. You're right. It's not audio. It's the lights.
The lights turn on and flash and do all the other stuff.
What use is a siren in space? Nobody would hear it.
That's right. In space, no one can hear a siren.
Maybe you can just broadcast over the comms and say, "Oh, anyone can hear this through their comms as wee woo."
No, it's uwu. It's uwu, mate.
I'm a real fan of this variant. I mean, I kind of stepped into the medical emergency responder field in the game. It's pretty cool sitting there waiting for, in your Pisces, doing a bunker mission or something and waiting for somebody to put up a beacon. And it's a quick and easy way to make money as long as you're not going to get jumped and, harassed for responding.
The theme song for the Pisces is obviously "Help Me If You Can, I'm Feeling Down."
Yeah. I like this color.
So this reminds me of a Swiss ambulance, believe it or not. I believe they have Blue Ants ambulances in Switzerland. You can correct me if I'm wrong. I probably am wrong. But it does have similar to a Swiss medical flag on top. I'll show you in a minute. But yeah.
I like this skin because
the Concierge version.
This is correct.
Captain's Club, whatever it is.
Okay.
I like this one.
Well,
I do like.
Looks like we're not getting in, so I can't show it off. Marek, if you're around, you want to come in and turn the lights on for me? This is Marek's ship. He was kind enough to spawn it for me. But yeah, I can't get in it at the moment.
But what I do like about that blue, it is a metallic blue rather than just a standard blue, and that's a very nice look.
Go up like that.
Using the keys, I'm just trying to. There's a way to bend it down, but I can't remember. So there's the little flags I was talking about on the wings and stuff like that. But yeah, it's probably the best I'm going to get without Marek coming and getting in. You can obviously the skins for this, by the way, do actually work on the other Pisces. And the only noticeable exception to the exterior beyond the hard points is obviously that little light thing on top that I can't kind of show. I think Marek was inviting me to party or something because he kicked me. All right, Marek.
He's right
This is
there.
Marek. So yeah, thank you, Marek. Marek, just turn it on for me, man. Turn the lights on. Oh yeah, I can do it myself, can't I? No, I'll do it myself. It's fine. Totally forgot.
Well, you might not have access, right?
I opened the back door. I got access now. Once the back door's open, you got full access. Take that as you will. And there we go.
I didn't know that was this kind of show. That kind of show.
That's not that type of show. And then I'm gonna turn on the lights, and yeah, so there we go. So as you can see, wait, they're red and white again. They were red and blue the other day. Okay, so they're changing things on the fly. So yeah, back to red and white. That's really weird. The other day when I looked at this, that light on the right was blue. So yeah,
Hey, blue.
yeah,
it's red and white.
Yeah, but I remember
like
I remember it being blue, unless I'm like totally delirious from all the AI stuff I've been doing.
You could be totally delirious, because I'd have thought red and blue would have been police rather than medical.
Well, yeah, in Switzerland, as I said, different countries, different colors.
All right, now go hurt yourself and use the bed.
Oh, I don't know if I can do that here, but yeah.
Yeah, there's no place to climb.
Yeah, that's it. So yeah.
Land like that, you might.
Yeah. I think the one last thing we will show though is getting in the bed, because it does have a slightly weird camera angle because of the way the bed is a little smaller than the others, but that's just me. So I don't know, it just seems higher than usual, see what I mean? So you kind of gotta, like, even holding F, I can't.
If you're hurt and it goes through its repairing of you or like fixing of you, it actually articulates differently because it kind of lifts the bed up or lowers that
yeah, but I can't
screen, and then it goes back and forth.
I can't look straight up is what I'm trying to show you. So there's there's something just not quite right there yet. I'll obviously fix that, give it time.
On the bright side, the bed has recharged your water and food, so...
Hey, what are all those food? He's got a whole bunch of food sitting on the floor.
Yeah, I know.
Marek, you dirty bugger, clean up yourself.
He's just emptied his cabinet and yeah.
All right, so with that, what's your kind of final takeaway, Batgirl? What's your thoughts on it? Like, are you picking one up? Would you recommend other people pick one up? What's your kind of your thoughts?
Well, I did pick one up, but only as a review ship, because I think it's going to be the more opportunity that we have to do org events in Pyro, the more necessary a ship like this is going to be. But right now, I don't see how it actually overdoes. You know, it makes me want to give up my C8X. Those extra 2 hard points for me right now are more important than the bed in the back at this point. When the game is up and running and we're running around Pyro, I could see a big need for it. So I would say wait and buy it in game, or buy. You know, wasn't this the CCU the other day?
Yes, I think.
Or was that the? Yeah. So I would say that in that respect, I would have done it for that way. Otherwise, I just wait and buy it in game.
Algared, your thoughts, bud?
If we didn't have Vicata, this would be a great CCU LTI token.
Yep,
absolutely.
But,
absolutely.
But with Vicata out at a cheaper price point, I kind of mirror Nikki's thoughts. Yes, I went out and bought one because I like the C. I do like the Pisces as a ship anyway.
Yep.
But losing the two, and if you go from if you look at it as a C8 to a C8R, then you're losing cargo and getting the bed, so it seems fine. And then you go, oh, that's roughly a $40 price increase. That's massive. You go from a C8X to a C8R, and you go, well, okay, the price point only $20 more, but I'm losing not only cargo, but I'm also losing 2 hard points, and that becomes, as you were saying, a hard pill to swallow. So I can see where it's gone, but I also go, oh, price point, that's really hard.
Yeah.
I expect we're going to see more variants, and I really hope this is the absolute most expensive variant they're going to have, and if it's not, CIG.
Yeah. I have one more point. I mean, in Stanton, where everything is kind of crunched together and close, it doesn't really have that much of an appeal. But when we go to Pyro and everything is spread out amongst more planets and moons, something like this makes more sense. So it's just like for right now.
Counterpoint to that, though, is that it won't go as far. It's a small ship. It may not be able to cross the distance it needs to cross. So the Cubby will beat it in that regard.
No, I am with you on that, but I still see this as being inside of a Carrick that has that upgraded bed. You're going to need to bring your hospital with you in Pyro. There's not a lot of places that you're going to be able to go and get your health restored. So I see this being in a in a Carrick.
Yeah. So for my final thoughts on this, it is half the price more again than the default Pisces, and I think it loses too much as it does gain stuff, right? So and I think we're all in agreement with that. But the last thing I'd also say is if you were getting one of these for your Carrick, I would get it in addition to the default Carrick. I would not upgrade to this. I would get an additional one. And I think we're all on the same page on that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's what I did. There's no way I was going to upgrade my C8X to a C8R.
Yep.
Because you almost want that variety, but It almost gives an 890 jump better value as your hospital ship because it's got the two beds, so you could actually C8X and this and have the same functionality that your Carrick has in terms of being a hospital. And Nikki makes a great point on like if you are really into medical and you only want to get a starter ship and that's all you ever want, this is the ship for you. Because as she said, you could do medical beacons. There's a lot to do in the game right now with it, and I think if this is all you have. I think it's a great ship because just with the Pisces, right, you've only got cargo. This actually, in a really weird turn of phrase, has a whole bespoke gameplay at the lowest level. We don't see that too often. The only one I can really think of, and you guys will correct me if I'm wrong, actually you got the Sen, that's another one, but I was going to say the Herald, right, with the with that stuff. So this is now essentially the cheapest bespoke by $10.
Yeah. $5. Sorry, my bad. Well, actually, it's not that. I'll have to work it out again. Sorry.
But it's still got some cargo value.
Yeah.
And
all right, with that, I think we'll wrap it up. Agrid's time's gone up.
Yep.
We're cooked. Yep. All right. So
get ready for work type timer.
Let us know in the comments below what you think about the medical Pisces. Did you pick one up? Did you upgrade to it? Things like that. I'd also just like to know, would you have preferred it to be modular? Because I think we'll all agree if they'd made it modular, it would have been so much better to be able to out and about in your Carrick, and you can just have the modules sitting in the Carrick and you swap them over, and that makes so much more sense to be as an away mission. You don't want to be coming back to physically swap your whole shuttle over. But then also, as Nikki kind of alluded to, it does mean you can now use your Carrick as like a hospital explorer ship, for humanitarian aid and stuff like that. So that's what I'd like to hear. But Batgirl, what would you like to hear?
I'd like to know how many people out there really are into the medical gameplay. Like, is this your de facto entry level ship for the medical gameplay? And like this to the Apollo or this to the Cutlass, whichever way you go. I think that this is actually opening up that gameplay. So how many people are actually thinking about that as a gameplay loop that they want to partake in?
I'll add to that. How much do you think it treads on the Cuddy? And the Cuddy just feels like they've smacked some ships, like some beds in the back. This thing's all integrated. So it makes me feel like they've got to go back to the Cuddy, and I think they will. I don't know if you think
I'm wrong. Tier 1 beds, tier 2.
Same bed as this. Tier 3, but it's got 2 of them. And obviously,
it also has 2 litters.
Yeah, but you can go further and stuff like that as well. So the Cuddy is not dead, not by any means. I just think the internals need to be, like where's the console in that, where's the fridge in that, and things like that. And I think they'll go back.
Doesn't the Cuddy still retain 12 SCU or 8 SCU of space?
I honestly couldn't tell you off the top of my head.
It's a small number.
Yep.
It only has more cargo than this, though.
Yeah. Algred, your thoughts, please. What would you like to hear in the comments below?
What do you like about it? We've said what we like. What do you like about it, or what do you not like about it?
Is it a I think to kind of ride what you both kind of said, is this a good ship for a beginner to pick up? Like, do you see one of your friends that would pick it up? I think that's a good thing too. So yeah, when this episode ends, hopefully I've timed this perfectly. When this episode ends, we'll be going live, so you can come join us live. And when we're talking about AIE, what we've slept through and and tried to live through, and basically, what's coming up and your thoughts. We're going to watch ISC and stuff like that. So if you want to join us after you watch this video, hop on over and come join us. All right. She's been Batgirl. He's been Algared. I've been Execute. And we'll catch you in the next one.